On a typical day at school, endless hours are invested learning the answers to concerns. However, right now, we'll do the opposite. We're going to concentrate on questions where you can't discover the answers since they're unidentified. I used to puzzle about a lot of things as a boy. For instance, what would it seem like to be a pet? Do fish feel pain? How about pests? Was the Big Bang simply an accident? And is there a God? And if so, how are we so sure that it's a he and not a she? Why do so lots of innocent individuals and animals suffer dreadful things? Exists actually prepare for my life? Is the future yet to be composed, or is it already composed and we just can't see it? However then, do I have free will? I indicate, who am I anyway? Am I just a biological device? But then, why am I conscious? What is awareness? Will robots become conscious one day? I suggest, I sort of presumed that someday I would be told the answers to all these concerns. Somebody must understand, right? Think what? No one understands. The majority of those questions puzzle me more now than ever. But diving into them is interesting because it takes you to the edge of knowledge, and you never know what you'll find there. So, 2 questions that no one in the world knows the answer to. Music, how many universes are there? Sometimes when I'm on a long airplane flight, I look out at all those mountains and deserts and attempt to get my head around how vast our Earth is. And then I bear in mind that there's an item we see every day that would actually fit 1 million Earth inside it, the Sunday. It appears impossibly huge. However, in the fantastic scheme of things, it's a pinprick among about 400 billion stars in the galaxy, which you can see on a clear night as a pale white mist stretched across the sky. And it worsens. There are possibly 100 billion galaxies detectable by our telescopes. So if each star was the size of a single grain of sand, simply the Milky Way has enough stars to fill a 30-foot by 30-foot stretch of beach 3 feet deep with sand. And the entire Earth does not have enough beaches to represent the stars in the general universe. Such a beach would continue for actually hundreds of countless miles. Holy Stephen Hawking, that is a lot of stars. But he and other physicists now believe in a truth that is unimaginably larger still. I mean, firstly, the 100 billion galaxies within range of our telescopes are most likely a small portion of the overall. Space itself is broadening at an accelerating pace. The vast majority of the galaxies are separating from us so quickly that light from them might never reach us. Still, our physical truth here in the world is totally connected to those remote, unnoticeable galaxies. We can think about them as part of our universe. They make up a single, huge erection obeying the very same physical laws, and all made from the same types of atoms, electrons, protons, quarks, neutrinos, that comprise you and me. However, current theories in physics, consisting of one called string theory, are now informing us there could be numerous other universes built on various types of particles, with various properties, complying with different laws. Most of these universes might never support life, and may flash in and out of existence in a nanosecond. However, combined, they comprise a vast multiverse of possible universes in approximately 11 measurements, featuring wonders beyond our wildest creativity. The leading variation of string theory predicts a multiverse made up of 10 to 500 universes. That's a 1 followed by 500 absolutely nos, a number so large that if every atom in our observable universe had its own universe, and all of the atoms in all those universes each had their own universe, and you duplicated that for 2 more cycles, you'd still be at a tiny fraction of the total, particularly 1 trillion trillionths. Laughter, however, even that number is small compared to another number, infinity. Some physicists think the spacetime continuum is actually limitless, which includes a limitless number of so-called pocket universes with differing homes. How's your brain doing? Quantum theory adds an entirely new wrinkle. I mean, the theory's been shown true beyond all doubt, however interpreting it is confusing, and some physicists believe you can just unbaffle it if you imagine that substantial varieties of parallel universes are being spawned every minute, and a number of these universes would in fact be really like the world we remain in, would consist of several copies of you. In one such universe, you'd graduate with honors and marry the person of your dreams, and in another, not a lot. Well, there are still some researchers who would say, garbage. The only significant answer to the concern of the number of universes there are is one. Only one universe. And a couple of philosophers and mystics may argue that even our own universe is an illusion. So, as you can see, today there is no contract on this concern, not even close. All we understand is the answer is somewhere between no and infinity. Well, I guess we know another thing. This is a quite cool time to be studying physics. We simply might be undergoing the most significant paradigm shift in the knowledge that humanity has ever seen. Why can't we see proof of alien life? Somewhere out there in that large universe, there needs to surely be countless other worlds teeming with life. However, why do not we see any evidence of it? Well, this is the popular concern asked by Enrico Fermi in 1950, where is everybody? Conspiracy theorists declare that UFOs are going to all the time and the reports are just being covered up, but honestly, they aren't really persuading. But that leaves a genuine riddle. In the past year, the Kepler Space Observatory has discovered hundreds of worlds simply around neighboring stars. And if you extrapolate that information, it appears like there could be 500 billion planets simply in our own galaxy. If anyone in 10,000 has conditions that might support a type of life, that's still 50 million possible life-harboring planets right here in the Milky Way. So here's the riddle: our Earth didn't form until about 9 billion years after the Big Bang. Numerous other planets in our galaxy must have formed previously and provided life a chance to get in progress billions, or definitely, lots of countless years earlier than occurred in the world. If simply a few of them had actually generated smart life and began creating innovations, those innovations would have had countless years to grow in complexity and power. In the world, we have actually seen how drastically innovation can speed up in simply 100 years. In countless years, a smart alien civilization might quickly have spread out throughout the galaxy, possibly developing giant energy harvesting artifacts or fleets of colonizing spaceships or marvelous works of art that fill the night sky. At least, you'd believe they'd be revealing their existence, deliberately or otherwise, through electromagnetic signals of one kind or another. And yet we see no persuading proof of any of it. Why? Well, there are numerous possible answers, some of them rather dark. Possibly a single, super-intelligent civilization has actually certainly taken control of the galaxy and has enforced strict radio silence because it's paranoid of any prospective rivals. It's simply sitting there ready to obliterate anything that becomes a risk. Or maybe they're not that smart, or perhaps the advancement of an intelligence efficient in producing advanced innovation is far rarer than we've assumed. After all, it's only happened as soon as in the world in 4 billion years. Perhaps even that was extremely lucky. Possibly we are the first such civilization in our galaxy. Or perhaps civilization carries with it the seeds of its own damage through the failure to manage the technologies it develops. However, there are numerous more enthusiastic answers. For a start, we're not looking that difficult, and we're investing a pitiful quantity of money on it. Just a tiny fraction of the stars in our galaxy have actually truly been taken a look at carefully for signs of interesting signals. And possibly we're not looking properly. Maybe as civilizations develop, they rapidly find communication innovations even more sophisticated and useful than electromagnetic waves. Possibly all the action happens inside the mysterious recently discovered dark matter, or dark energy, that appear to account for the majority of the universe's mass. Or, perhaps we're looking at the incorrect scale. Possibly intelligent civilizations pertain to realize that life is eventually just intricate patterns of info engaging with each other in a stunning method, which that can happen more efficiently at a little scale. So, just as on Earth, clunky stereo have actually shrunk to lovely, tiny iPods, perhaps intelligent life itself, to reduce its footprint on the environment, has actually turned itself tiny. So the planetary system might be teeming with aliens, and we're simply not discovering them. Maybe the real concepts in our heads are a form of alien life. Well, okay, that's a crazy thought. The aliens made me state it. However, it is cool that ideas do seem to have a life all of their own which they outlast their developers. Maybe biological life is just a passing phase. Well, within the next 15 years, we might begin seeing real spectroscopic information from appealing nearby worlds that will expose simply how life-friendly they might be. And on the other hand, SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, is now launching its data to the public so that millions of citizen scientists, perhaps including you, can bring the power of the crowd to join the search. And here on Earth, incredible experiments are being done to try to create life from scratch, a life that might be really various from the DNA forms we understand. All of this will help us comprehend whether deep space is teeming with life or whether, undoubtedly, it's just us. Either answer, in its own method, is breathtaking, because even if we are alone, the truth that we believe and dream and ask these questions might yet turn out to be among the most essential truths about deep space. And I have one more piece of good news for you. The mission for understanding and understanding never gets dull. It does not. It's actually the opposite. The more you know, the more fantastic the world seems. But there may be many universes, but what we believe is that the creator of these universes is the one and only God. Let us hear from you in the comments area below. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and show your pals. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.